Alright. For lesson 80, we're going to use a constant factor to solve ratio problems. So the following is a ratio problem. To make green paint, the ratio of blue paint to yellow paint, because remember blue and yellow make green, art way back when, okay? So the ratio of blue paint to yellow paint is 3 to 2. For 6 ounces of yellow paint, how much blue paint is needed? We see two uses for numbers in ratio problems. One is to express a ratio, the other is to express the actual count. A ratio box can help us sort the two uses by placing the ratio numbers in one column, the actual counts in another. So we write the items being compared along the left side of the rows. So we have, in this box, we have a ratio, blue paint, yellow paint, 3 to 2. Our actual count, remember, it didn't tell us the blue, told us 6 ounces for the yellow. Since the ratio of blue to yellow is 3 to 2, put them in the ratio column. Like I said, we have 6 ounces for the yellow paint and the actual count. And we want to find the count of blue paint, so the portion of the chart is empty. Now, ratio numbers and actual counts are related by a constant factor. If we multiply the terms of a ratio by the constant factor, we can find the actual count. Recall that ratio is a reduced form of the actual count. Like if we had 10 boys and 20 students, we could reduce it to 1/2. So if we can determine the factor by which the actual count is reduced to form the ratio, then we can recreate the actual count. So what I'm saying is that we're going to take 3 times the constant factor to get what? And we took 2 times the constant factor to get 6. This constant factor right here is the same for both of them. That's why it's constant. So we see that 2 can be multiplied by 3 to get 6. So 3 is going to be our constant factor. So we're saying that 3 is the constant factor here. So that means I need to put 3 as my constant factor up there. So then we multiply the ratio of term 3 by the factor 3 and give us the actual count of 9 ounces of blue paint. So we put 9 in here. And for my answer, remember I need a label 9 ounces. Okay? So sadly, the ratios of flowers to weeds in the garden is 2 to 5. There are 30 flowers in the garden. About how many weeds are there? So we begin by drawing a ratio box. So I did my ratio, my actual count, flowers, weeds. Flowers was 2, weeds 5. The actual count, we had 30 flowers. We're looking for how many weeds. Okay? So to determine the constant factor, we study the row that has 2 numbers, our ratio. Okay? Or the row, sorry. The flowers, we have the ratio is 2, actual count's 30. So now, if we divide 30 by 2, we find the factor that we're going to be using, which is 15. Okay? So now we're going to use the factor to find the prediction of weeds in the garden. Okay? So I did 2 times 15 is 30, and we do 5 times 15 to get 75. You can see down here there's about 75 weeds in the garden. Okay? So for the practice set, I drew a ratio box on there for you. So go ahead and do the 2 problems. You'll have to draw your own ratio box, but I just put it on there so you remember what it looks like. Go ahead and fill the ratio box out, and it will help you solve those 2 problems. Make sure if you have any questions, you bring them to class.